Top 50 Games of All Time is sponsored by Game Toppers. Game Toppers LLC has more than a few solutions that transform almost any normal table into a sturdy and portable gaming table without breaking the bank. Their Game Toppers 4.0 Kickstarter is launching on October 24th, so be sure to check out all the new products they have coming and stop by GameToppersLLC.com for everything they currently have to offer you, from game toppers to playmats and more.
Hey folks, welcome back to segment Trace for Jessie's Top 50 Games of All Time. This is number 30 through 21. We're going to enter the top half of your list with this here segment.
Okay. So, I think you will find less surprises in this one. I think you can predict. Oh, okay, that's Jessie. Oh, okay, that's Jessie.
Maybe so.
I think.
Yeah, there have been some definite surprises up until this point. I did not expect Blood Rage.
I enjoy playing that with you and that moment.
I get it. I'm not questioning it. I just
and it is a fun game.
Surprise.
It is a surprise.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple surprises in here.
Maybe so. We'll see. All right, here we
30.
go.
My 30th favorite game on my top list is a new game to us that we got in a couple of weeks ago. We actually played with JT, and I really enjoyed it. It's called Imperial Miners.
Oh, okay. Really? Wow, this is brand
super enjoyed it.
Cool.
I thought it was super fun.
Did this knock something else off as well?
Yes.
Okay.
It knocked off a game, but we hadn't played it yet. But it was on the list.
Yeah.
It actually knocked off Goonies. Because we haven't played Goonies, so I can't really say
True.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do love Goonies.
But I do love Goonies.
But we don't know if you like the game.
No, I don't know if I like the game, so it actually knocked off Goonies. Which is a really weird...
Yeah, that is cool.
I don't know if I love that, because I want to love Goonies. Goonies should be in my top.
Well, there's just a lot of kind of mining in the Goonies, so...
No.
Kinda.
No.
They have to go. They have to they're digging down into. I'm just trying to help.
Thank you, honey. It does have short people in it, maybe.
Because they're kids.
Yeah. That's all I can do. So.
I really enjoyed the chaining.
Yes.
Of the different rooms.
I really like this. You have to start up here on the top, and then you can go 2. And then this one can go 2, but it can't, you can't connect. I don't know. I liked the little paths that you had to make. I thought it was really fast to learn. It was fun to play, and I can't wait to play it with the kids.
Yep,
I know that when we were playing it with JT, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I can. Ooh, wait, I got this. Wait, I like this.
A light bulb moment there.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. But it did bump out Goonies. But we haven't played Goonies,
we'll have to play
so maybe that'll bump it
Goonies,
back in.
frankly, should not have been on your list if you have not played it.
But it's Goonies.
I understand that, but...
Princess Bride was on my list before we played it, and then it got bumped off when I realized I hadn't played it, and I had to remove all the games that we hadn't played, and then we played it, and it got bumped back on.
Okay.
Oh, okay, this one.
All right, what number is this? This is
29.
29.
29.
29.
Number 29 is really cool moment because we had so many of our kids together. And we were in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
And we played this party game called Green Teams Wins.
Yeah.
Green Team Wins.
Yeah, Green Team Wins. Yep. That's a good one.
And it was David and Bruna and Catherine and Aiden and Daphne and Dante and you and I around this teeny little kitchen table.
Teeny little kitchen table. That is very true.
It
was kind of cool because it was It was, you're like sitting in one of those
like a
square benches at a restaurant. That's what it was.
It was.
And I think only two of us had to sit in a chair. Everybody else was on that
Right,
bench.
we were kind of around the bench, around the table. But it was laughter and so much fun. And the fact that the kids were doing this little banter between each other. No, I don't want you to write whatever you're thinking. I want you to write what I'm thinking. Like, don't, I know what you're thinking. Don't write that. Write what I'm thinking. Do you remember that?
I think technically that's breaking the rules of the game.
I know.
But you can't stop kids from breaking rules sometimes.
And even the big kids here. They were laughing and just...
It was a good time.
It was a really good time. Yeah. So we played it, and I thought, okay, now this is a fun party game.
Yeah.
This I'm going to bring to game night, for sure. And I think we've played it multiple times at game night since then. And it was the first time I had played it, was at that little Airbnb in Idaho. And it made me laugh. The kids' answers, we also found out that when we play this with adults, and when we play this with kids, it is a very different game.
Well, yeah, we found that out when we played with Misty and her kids.
Yes,
because at that point it was only 3 adults against a gaggle of kids.
There's a bunch.
The kids definitely won.
They just took the game over, and we couldn't.
Yeah,
we couldn't get on the green team.
Farts.
They were like, "Oh, we're gonna choose this."
Actually, I'm going to say they were on a different, lower level, communicationally speaking. 28.
28 is a game that involves dice, and it's very Yahtzee-like. You're getting sets. It's Dice Throne Marvel.
I know what it was. Dice Throne. Marvel Dice Throne is the only version that we own.
Yes.
Except... we did get in.
We just got in another
Santa
one.
versus Krampus.
And we're anxious to play that. So.
Yeah, I was surfing Facebook the other day, and they had a thing. It's back in limited restock, and I was like, sold. So we haven't tried that one out yet, but Marvel Dice Throne is super good.
I like this. I've always liked Yahtzee, so this was like, oh, I can roll 3 of that. That's easy. Like I can, I loved the characters because they're Marvel. Even though I'm kind of a DC girl, I do love Marvel.
You like Wonder Woman.
I like Wonder Woman.
That's it. She's not really a DC girl. She's just a Wonder Woman girl.
Yeah.
She also loves Captain Marvel.
I love Captain Marvel. I love Captain Marvel.
And so she's
I really love Marvel. I really love Marvel. But I always love Wonder Woman.
Sure.
So,
she's like the OG.
She's literally the OG. Yeah.
Absolutely. They have a whole bunch of new X-Men sets coming out. And we're talking like Wolverine, Jean Grey, Rogue, Gambit. Super great characters. Yes, Storm is one of them. Can't wait to play those. All right, what's your next one?
Number 27.
Number 27.
27 is what I call a 3-dimensional game, and it's a 2-player. And it has the word rocks in it, so it's Ragnaroks.
Ragnaroks.
Which is a fun 2-player game.
It's got 3D pieces, but it's not a 3D game.
It doesn't go up.
Yeah, it's a 2-dimensional
But the rocks are like really solid.
Yeah. No,
and you get stuck behind those walls of rocks. You can't get out. It feels very 3-dimensional.
Right, because you can't
just walls
jump over.
Rocks.
You could jump over them. That would be 3-dimensional.
Super beneficial.
But you can't.
No.
It's a linear 2-dimensional game. But that's a good pick.
It's a fun game. It's a 2-player, and I like it.
It's great. It's got a great table presence, and the mechanisms are simple.
Super easy.
Easy. And easy to follow along, and easy to... it's one of those games where I would say that it's easy to teach, but it's hard to master. So it's one of those.
There's a lot of strategy in it. And I think the first couple of times we played, I was like, oh, okay, I can just do this. And I'm like, or I could die. Because I got super trapped.
Yeah, I get you. All right.
But it was fun. So that's 27.
27.
All right, my next one is 26, and it's I like this because there's so much about it that I love. But it's actually Ticket to Ride San Francisco. And I like the San Francisco because I hear it the whole time, the trolley car. Ding, ding. Like as you're playing it, like I hear the little thing. I took the kids to San Francisco many years ago.
I see.
And I loved San Francisco. I also, when I was an event planner, in a past life, in a different world, I was an event planner, and I sent like the top managers of the whole company down to San Francisco. And I planned this elaborate trip for them. Yeah. And they had, mystery mazes, and they had scavenger hunts, and they had all these things. And I like dove into all the research on this, and I got all the stuff, and I was like, whoa, okay, San Francisco is super cool. I don't know, in my world, it was. And I really, really liked it. So I like the whole San Francisco because you've got all the iconic, you've got Lombardi Street, and you've got all the iconic San Francisco stuff. No. And it's a Ticket to Ride, so it's a very easy game.
Yeah. And it's one of the smaller ones.
And you got the trolley. So you got ding, ding,
takes 30
like
to
the whole time.
Minutes,
ding, ding.
Yeah, it's great. I was wondering when you said that, I was wondering why San Francisco would, but it's connected to your event.
It's connected to these memories. When I was the event planner for this, I must have spent 2 months of that year planning this trip. I sent down 22 managers.
Wow.
And everything was booked for them. And all the sites. And so I kind of like...
You have a connection.
I don't know. I dove into San Francisco.
Yep.
And then I finally got to visit it years later, and I was like, probably wasn't as good as what I thought it was going to be.
I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area in Martinez.
Yeah.
In the East Bay area for a year. Never once did any.
Oh, really? I thought. The touristy things were fun.
When my dad came to visit, when my mom and dad came to visit, we went to the northern side of the Golden Gate Bridge. But we didn't drive over it because we don't want to get into downtown Seattle.
Oh no, I went downtown, I walked the bridge. I did the whole thing, but putting all that time into planning this huge San Francisco trip, I don't know, made it kind of tied to a memory.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, what
25.
number? 25. 25, here we go.
I am the least coordinated person in our family.
Truth. No arguments.
I drop things. I run into things. I drop more things. I spill things.
I think gravity is... She is her own gravity well.
Gravity is stronger around me. I will say that. That's truth right there. So. And this is a dexterity game that Dante likes. And so I am not coordinated.
I know what it is.
But I really like it. Yep. And it is called Clask. It is called Clask.
Clask, yep.
I can't make the little thing move. I can't get it in the little thing. The magnets stick to everything. It doesn't jump. He's like, oh, you have to jump it. I can't jump it. It doesn't do that. But I love it because he played it at when he was in our youth group. It was called Anchor Junior.
Yeah.
And he played it there, and he was like, Mom, you've got to try this game. Yep. So I stepped in to their youth group at night, probably while I was waiting to pick him up, and I probably had to use the restroom. That was really the only reason I would go in when they were there.
Usually what happens.
And he was like, you got to play this game, Mom. And so I'm like, okay. And he's standing across the table for me, and he's playing with me, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like a weird version of...
And the magnets are sticking to me, and I can't get my piece in. I'm trying to move it. And then I have to, coordinate my brain to make it go... Where you have to move it, but without touching it. I don't know.
It's like a weird version of table hockey.
Yeah.
Except you play with your hands under the table.
Under the table.
That's the weird thing for me.
And you can't see where your hands are.
I've walked by it in conventions with a couple of dudes with their hands underneath the table having a great time. And I'm like, that looks a little weird. But they have a lot of really cool things. They have these huge, I've seen these huge versions at conventions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're huge, and it looks really fun to play.
I actually really enjoy playing it.
I've never actually played it.
Oh, I guess we'll do that tonight.
Probably not.
We should do that.
No.
Oh, we should do that. It's fun. It does make me laugh. And I have no ability to move the little pieces around at all.
Yeah.
But it is tied to that memory of Dante. And it's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's cool. One that after Dante enjoyed it, I was like, yeah, I think we should buy that.
Cool.
Because I could see him playing with some of the kids.
Yeah,
neighborhood kids.
Bought it for Christmas or
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So that is my number 25. 24.
We're now in the top half.
Top half.
Top half. All right.
Okay, this is a bluffing game. I'm terrible at bluffing. So anytime I play a bluffing game like Cheese Thief.
The Robin Hood theme?
It is a Robin Hood theme.
Good pick.
Sheriff of Nottingham. Did I say that wrong too?
Nottingham.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but they don't pronounce it Nottingham. That's the...
Yeah, but I'm American.
That's the American version.
I'm not disagreeing.
You need to... Okay, next time we go to Mexico, I'm going to tell you not to pronounce everything correctly. Is that all right with you?
You're not British. You can't correct me.
You're not Mexican either.
You can't correct me.
I can too.
You can't. You're not British.
I grew up in Texas.
That's not England.
I'm not saying it is, but I know how some Mexican words sound and how they are not supposed to sound when Texans say them.
It's a fun bluffing game. It's really fun. I can't bluff at all.
She's not a good liar.
I'm really, really not good at this.
But the good thing about the game is that you don't have to lie.
No, you can be telling the truth.
You can do well by just telling the truth, because somebody, whoever the sheriff is, will
they're going to think you're
undoubtedly think there's no way they're going to tell the truth every single time, so I'm going to try to catch you, and then they have to pay you a whole bunch of cash. Often you think that you've caught her, but you actually didn't. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it's a great game where role-playing actually turns into it. It's not really one of the mechanisms of the game.
No, but the voices that people, you got to kind of lean into this. Yeah. And the whole, well, I'm the sheriff. You can pay me if you want me to not look. Like, I like the whole concept. It's super fun. I don't like being the sheriff because I think everybody is honest all the time and nobody would ever lie to me. So there's that. And then I'm like, well, they're all lying to me because they know that I'm going to think they're all telling the truth. So they're all lying to me.
Yeah.
It's a game with such a good name that it makes me smile. And it's about...
A game with such a good game or such a good name?
I said name. A game with such a good name, it makes me smile.
Okay. All right.
I've always been thought of as the tiniest in our family. This is, I don't know how to explain games. It's like a spatial placement game. It's tiny towns.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a spatial organization.
Spatial organization. Yeah, that's a big fancier word.
But I mean, it's not. I mean, it is that, but it has that bingo mechanism where you turn over a card.
And
but a lot of people say that that's not the best way to play it.
Oh.
The best way to play it is that everybody is a master builder.
Yes, I've played it this way.
They get to choose.
Right.
They get to choose what...
You rotate the master builder.
Or gold or brick or whatever it is, and that rotates. And they say that's the best way to play that.
We've played it that way, too.
Yeah.
This one has a really good memory, though. Mm-hmm. We were at Dice Tower West.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting down with Dante and Daphne.
And
Aiden.
Yeah, you had all three.
I had all three, and we were going to play this game. And I played it once or twice before, and I was like, I can teach you this.
Yep.
So I sat down, and we kind of started to play. And a nice person came up to me and said, do you need help? I can help you explain. I love this game. We play it all the time at home. Yeah. Do you want me to help you? And I was like, no, actually, I kind of think I got this one, but I know where you're sitting. He was like a table away.
Yeah.
I know where you're sitting. If I need help, I'm going to come ask. He goes, great, no problem. So we start going in and we start playing. And then a few minutes later, Sam walks up.
Yeah, I was teaching a game of Cyberpunk Red Combat
Yes.
Zone. And that's when I was with Monster Fight Club. And so after I finished closing that down, I came back.
Right, so he came over. And I think he probably just gave me a kiss on the cheek or, you know, put his arm around me or something. And then he says, okay, well, you guys are playing. I'm going to go this way. And I was like, okay. And we kind of keep going to play. And the guy that came over to offer to help me comes back over and he goes, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. He goes, I didn't realize you were Sam Healy's wife. I wouldn't have offered to help you if I had known you were Sam Healy's wife, because you clearly know. And I was like, no. Clearly. Please offer to help me. I clearly need help.
Don't help my wife. Please don't. Just let her flounder in her sorrow and melancholy, please.
What he was trying to say is he thought I would know the game better because I am married to you. I didn't know the game better. Not
necessarily.
But that moment tied this whole thing. It was so great. We have played Tiny Towns so many times after this. We frequently bring it to our game nights. It's super fun.
Yeah.
I like it. The kids like it a lot. It's one that they will frequently ask to play or bring.
Yep.
But that moment was so cool. Like it was really a good moment. 22 is a game that has so many different versions that Sam's going to argue because I don't know which one I like.
No.
Okay.
What's the name of the game?
Small World.
Small World, okay. You probably
I think it's just the original.
Yeah,
we're just going to
assume that's the one that I played with you the most.
Right. I've played Warcraft, World of Warcraft with you also.
World of Warcraft, yeah. You have played that one, but I think
I didn't get that one because there was no tie-in.
Well, yeah, the hook for that one is the
World
IP.
of Warcraft, right.
And you're not a World of Warcraft
not at all.
fan or anything like that, so there's no hook for you.
No, I liked the original. Yeah. You're playing with, and I loved the combination of the adjective and noun. Mm-hmm. You're playing with, I can't even come up with one, elves. You're playing with angry elves. You're playing with, I don't even know the words. But I loved the combination.
He's
an angry elf.
That's from Elf.
That is from Elf. Which is a great
he's
movie.
An angry elf. Yeah.
And the vocabulary in that game is also super cool. Because they have, good big words, which I can't come up with right now.
Bivouacs.
Bivouacs. Ooh.
Bivouacking humans.
Yes.
Nobody knows what bivouacking means. I didn't when I saw it. I couldn't even pronounce it. I had to look it up. Now I know what it is.
I liked that game.
That's a cool one.
That's a fun one.
Small World is a fun game. Great little area control game.
Yeah. It wasn't hard. It was easy. And it was the whole... I liked the fact that your people would cycle up. This one would be done. And now you have to do this, people.
And they go into decline.
Yeah,
at some point, they just kind of...
The fact that you understand all my words.
They kind of, you've expanded them as far as they can be expanded.
Yeah, and then they kind of...
You can't really do much more with them, so...
You pull up the next, You
pull up to the next person, and that's cool.
It is super fun. So the last one of this whole set...
21.
Is also kind of spatial. Spatial seems like a weird word, so I don't really know. In space. It's not in space. This is land-based, and it is mine. It is my city.
My city. Okay. Yeah, that's more. This is more of a tile-laying game, but you are trying to organize and manage the space that you have.
Yeah,
so
I like this game a lot.
I think I've called it spatial organization as well, because you do have those.
It's Tetris-y. You have these pieces that have to fit this way, and we're putting this in, and you can't build across the river, and I don't know. I really like my city. We've played it multiple times. I think the first time we played it was with JT.
Yeah, he taught us how to play.
He taught us how to play it.
And then after that, I bought our own copy of it.
And then we played, and we've played, and we've played well, we haven't finished, but I think we played the Legacy. Did we?
Well, we are playing the Legacy version of it, which is the way you play the game. But then you also have a kind of a one-off version of the game that you can play. But you have to play through, I think, the first 5 chapters.
Right, so you understand
of the Legacy,
how to play.
That you unlock all of the different rules.
Right.
So we've played that more often than not because the Legacy game, you kind of have to have the same people play. You don't have to, but it really helps if you have the same.
Well, they all have the same knowledge. They understand the rules. They know what you know, you can't build around the rock, so you know that you have to
Yep.
do all the things. I like this game. I think it's fun.
Yeah. We've got my island sitting in there still in the shrink.
I'm ready for that one.
Still in the shrink, though, because we got to finish my city first.
We do have to finish. We do have to.
That's good.
We do have to. That's bad grammar.
That's a good one.
So that's my 21.
21. We are now... You have only 20 games.
I have only 20 games left.
Only 20 games. That's pretty.
And Sam is right now
snazzy.
thinking, wait, what about this game? And where's this one? And
Oh, they're all there.
they're all there.
Yep, they're all there. I won't be surprised by any of them from here on out.
Okay.
That's probably not true.
It might be. You know me better than anybody, so it might
Thanks for joining us.
Hope you
Go
enjoyed it.
by and check out our sponsors, Game Toppers LLC. They've got a Kickstarter that's running, I think, still. So go check them out. They've got a lot of cool bundles, and by this time they've probably unlocked a crap ton of stretch goals, which will just enrich the quality that you get from your pledge. So go check them out, and we will see you guys and gals on the flip side.
be. Bye.
Take care.